Welcome all once again. This is Leedy Man Smith. I'm going to give you a quick chat about what's happened this week. Obviously, we've had Intel Extreme Masters Cologne coming up. That's the main thing this week, as well as the EU LCS expansion. That's all going to be starting out tomorrow. Tomorrow? Thursday. Thursday, yes, tomorrow. Damn, it's come around quick. You got to excuse me because I'm a little lost. We've had the ESL Christmas party on Monday, and I did some casting yesterday for the Southeast Europe tournament, which is actually really good because it was 421. It was on patch 421 for League of Legends, and it was good to see basically how the game would play out. Callista was in there, Rek'Sai was in there as well, so we got a few new champions to check out, and obviously the new changes. And obviously Intel Extreme Masters and LCS expansion is all on 421 this weekend. There is no Rek'Sai or Callista, unfortunately, but there is, of course, the changes. Now, obviously, coming into this one, you've got your recent gamings in there. Obviously, H2K. I will be casting one game, which would be H2K versus M Faculty, which is on day one. That's going to be actually myself, Deficio, and Joe Miller. So that's going to do a tricast for that one. Stress and Pulse will be doing the rest of the LCS expansion, which will be all the morning games. But yeah, we're going to get to cast that one. It's going to be quite good. Probably the last time I'll get to cast with Deficio for the foreseeable future. I guess there's probably Katowice maybe coming up, the finals for Intel Extreme Masters. I'm expecting him to be there. I don't know. Nothing's announced. Nothing's so secure until we get, it's like March time or something like that. So it's a good few months down the line. But yeah, this will actually probably be my last LCS cast, I guess, technically, although it's just a qualifier. But it's, yeah, my last cast, which would be sad times and fun times, I think. It's going to be interesting to see how the future holds for it. If you're unsure who's actually at Cologne, bunch of teams there, of course. Roccat came in as a replacement for Fnatic. Good to see how Ryu's going to do. Ryu playing in the mid lane now, overpowering the top lane. Jankos jungle, of course. And also Woolite actually has replaced as the AD carry. So Woolite playing alongside Vander. So Roccat team, good to see how they're going to be. Are they going to be a challenger this year for the European LCS? Possibly. They've always been there or thereabouts, and it looks like with these team changes they've possibly improved. So we'll see how that works out. Of course, Gambit there, they won the fan vote. I think there were 34% fan vote, so big win, big fan vote for those guys. Cabashard in there now as the new top laner, of course, replaced Diamond towards the end of the season. Replaced Darian, sorry, towards the end of the season. Diamond in there alongside him, but also Pinoy as well. He came in, I think, in the last week of the LCS. I think it was something like that. He's going to be playing alongside AD. Dignitas coming over, the big, obviously, American team. Big changes for them as well. Obviously, Zion Spartan went off to CLG, who are attending themselves. So a bit of a grudge if they were to get there. But Dignitas now have Gamsu in the top lane. Of course, they have Crumbs, Shifter, as well as Kiwi Kid. But they have Core as well as their AD carry. So two new Koreans for the Dignitas team. We'll see how they perform. And then, of course, as I mentioned, CLG alongside them. You may have already seen Saint Vicious tweeting out pictures at the airport with them. So we're going to have Zion Spartan now in the top lane with his dyed blonde hair. Not too sure what he's playing out there. Link as well. I think Link is going to be in the mid lane as well. Thinkard in the jungle. Don't know a great deal about that guy. He's obviously coming in as a challenger player, so we'll see how it works out. And of course, you've got the double lift Aframu combo in the bottom lane. Moscow 5, unfortunately, couldn't make it, so the second place qualifier will be coming, which is probably the best name out there. I mean, you got Unicorns of Love. This is Dolphins of Wall Street. The teams are coming out with some fantastic names, so we're going to see how they perform completely out of the blue. Not too sure how they're going to handle it. I mean, this is obviously a complete wild card. Probably not going to be on the same level as most of the teams, but you never know. You never know. Maybe surprises could happen. And also Aces High Esports Club. That's the Turkish team coming in. And that's basically the team that Holy Phoenix when it created after Dark Passage got decimated at the World Championships. So going to see how that one works out. He's alongside Lethilion. It's a player, the support they used to use back in Gamescom 2013 when they had the wildcard qualifiers back then. He played with them then. Also, a couple in there. Theocles, I think, was from the old Dark Passage 2 years ago lineup as well. So Turkish scene having a shuffle as well. So it's going to be really good to see how it is. As I mentioned, it's on patch 421, so a lot of changes in that. Of course, the Dragon buff is now 6% instead of 8% the first one. They've switched the second and fourth around. Could see things change. The value of gold's gone up a little bit in the towers, so we could see some maybe changes of the meta, see how this tactic works out for them. Don't know whether it's worth going for Dragon first or whether stick to going for the towers. It's always been the question we've been pointing to the teams as of late. Baron buff also reduced as well, down to 3 minutes. Of course, now with that giant buff on the minions, if you'd have watched the Southeast Europe matches last night, they did it right. They were using all 3 lanes, buffing up all 3 lanes, pushing them all in, so they've got Baron buffed up minions. It was just impossible for the teams to defend against. Of course, going on casters, we've seen the announcement now. As I mentioned, myself, Joe, and Deficio, we're going to try cast the H2K versus N faculty game. So it'd be good to do that. We haven't had a TriCast with Deficio since probably the Gamescom finals, I think is when last time we did that. So also Crepo's come over. He's just arrived as well, so he's already talking to us. He's come back in. It's good. This is good to see. Maybe we can quiz him, see what he's going to be doing in the future, see what the future holds for him. St. Vicious is flying in as well alongside, so it's going to be good to have him. So we're also going to have Dexter as one of the analysts as well on the desk, so it's good to have the 2 CLG junglers there. Shox will be hosting as well, so she's going to be hosting the desk as well as obviously all the other stuff that she does. And it's going to be really good. We're going to try and do the interviews on the analyst desk this time, so I think North American LCS kind of does it that way, so you've got the analyst there as well as the host, and then you can get the interviews. So you got a bunch of questions, good round table, nice discussion going on there. And as I mentioned, Pulse and Stress, they're going to be doing all the EU LCS expansion games, bar the one that we do. So they're going to be doing all the first one, the finals, and the bracket finals, etc. It's going to be a really good event. I'm looking forward to it. It is in the Cologne studios this time, so it's not the gigantic IEM San Jose we had before, so it's not this gigantic arena, but it's cozy. I actually really enjoyed doing the 2013 LCS in that studio, so I'm actually looking forward to doing it because, obviously, I now work for ESL, so I'm kind of going to say this is pretty obvious. But yeah, it's been honestly a really good year for League of Legends and for esports in general. 2014 has been massive. What I'm probably going to do is I'll probably do a follow-up vlog, a post vlog when I get back home in the UK, and I think I might do like a roundup, and I probably will do a 2-year roundup because I didn't do last year because I kind of missed out. So maybe a roundup on my time at Riot Games, something like that. My 2 years at Riot Games. We'll do something like that. But yeah, interested to see how it goes. Just a quick vlog anyway. That's all I wanted to do. Going to be starting tomorrow. I think it's at 1 o'clock. The schedule, get over to intelextrememasters.com. It is all on there. The bracket stages schedule start at 1 o'clock German time. That will be, of course, Giants versus Reason Gaming. So we'll see if the Spaniards can get back in the LCS. And then that's going to be followed. We've got 6 o'clock scheduled in there. They're all best of 5. So as you're all aware, it could be 3-0. It could be 3-2. It could go on for ages. Loosely scheduled for 6 o'clock. And that will be H2K versus M Faculty. Every single day of IEM Cologne and the EU LCS expansion will start at 1 o'clock. That is European German time. So 12 o'clock if you're in the UK. If you're in America, no idea. Just figure it out. Figure it out. It's not too hard. Just minus a couple of hours. Look at your schedule. Look at a world time clock. For now, though, thank you very much for watching. I am done. I'll see you tomorrow on the broadcast.